Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I am your host, Davion, and I'm joined by Oronde
What's good?
and Elijah.
You
How y'all doing today?
Pretty all right. That's my off day.
doing good? Can't complain.
I'm doing pretty good too. Today we are back with another question. Here's a topic question to start us off. Can Kirk Cousins lead the Minnesota Vikings to a Super Bowl?
No,
I think
no,
yes.
I'm going yes.
I'm
I'm
going
going
yes.
now.
Okay,
No.
Elijah, why no? Since you've been
You're
on
the only
this,
no. You can go first.
You
Why
go
no? It's because Cousins been with the Vikings for 4 years. 4 years. The Vikings made it to the playoffs 2 times with him. Those 2 times the Vikings made it to the playoffs, they made it to the NFC conference and lost.
They shouldn't
To
have been there, by the
the
way.
huh?
They shouldn't have been there, but you're right.
Yeah, they beat the Saints and they played who? The Rams? No, not
Eagles.
Rams.
Eagles.
They played
Eagles. Eagles.
yeah, they played the Eagles and lost.
That was a good Eagles team, though.
That was a good Eagles
Yeah,
team.
bad. So boom, that's one. The second year they made it, they was in the wild card, won in the wild card, and lost in the next round, the second round, and because it didn't play good once again. And then last season, they didn't make it at all. Granted, they had injuries. Cool, kudos. Now this year,
They are now
they are
record?
now
7-1.
7-1. No, 70, no, 72, 72, 72.
No, they only have one loss, so that means they're
Oh yeah, they
8-1.
lost to the Eagles.
8
So
and 1.
yeah, 7-1. So
Eight
they're
and
8
one.
and 1 or 7-1.
8 and 1.
8-1.
So now they are 8-1. That one loss was to the Eagles. Granted, they did beat the Bills, which everybody had a lot of faith and high hopes, and everybody thought the Bills was going to be like the Eagles, probably undefeated or just this good team. And watching that game that Cousins had against the Bills recently, he did good, but towards the end, it kind of got a little shaky. And the only reason why the Vikings won was due to their defense and their offensive line. Oh, not even offensive line, just bad mistake on Josh Allen at the end.
He did throw almost 360 yards on the Bills defense.
On a relatively healthy Bills
And
defense.
one of the only 2 games this season that the Vikings had an
granted,
100-yard rusher.
There are still other teams. Granted, there are still other teams that Vikings have to worry about besides the Bills.
I understand.
They still in the NFC. They still have to worry about the Eagles.
In my opinion,
they still have to worry about the 49ers. They still have to worry about who else in that conference that could probably beat them.
There are only really 2 teams that
There's only 2 teams that can really beat them.
Vikings,
so, and I don't think
Vikings
they can beat the 49ers, and I definitely don't think they can beat the Eagles. So I don't think
they can beat the 49ers, but I doubt they beat the Eagles.
I doubt that Cousin could carry the Vikings to the finals.
They have an interesting slate of games coming up. The Vikings do. They have Dallas and then New England and then the Jets. They should have a win at Detroit, but then they play the Colts, the Giants again, Green Bay, and end the season with Chicago.
So here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas is coming up. Green Bay is coming up. And what was that? There was one more team that was more like a comp. Dallas, Green Bay.
You said Jets and
they played Dallas, New England, Jets, Detroit, Indianapolis, Giants, Green Bay, Bears.
Okay.
They will beat the Patriots, but it might be a struggle.
They won't beat the Patriots because we play them in prime time.
So here's my question: If they play and beat that Dallas defense, do we think, Elijah? Do you think this moves them to a real contender in the NFL? I mean,
the Dallas defense isn't that good.
Whose?
Exactly. Obviously, Packers exposed them last game.
I disagree. I think Dallas
with a rookie wide receiver that just got drafted this year, 3 touchdowns and 100+ yards on a Dallas defense. Granted, Dallas was doing good before they play us as well. So, therefore, I don't see anything different against if the Vikings playing the Cowboys.
All right, so here's the thing. So you said over the past 4 years they've been bad. They have been
I didn't say they've
choking.
been bad. They just
You're right.
haven't. Yeah,
They've been choking in the playoffs in that
they
final stretch.
inconsistent.
Could you blame Mike Zimmer for that problem?
Yes.
The coach
I
was
give a
the
lot of
problem.
blame for Mike Zimmer.
The coach
Give a
was the
lot of the
problem.
blame.
Yes.
Okay, so being on to that, Elijah, you've said your point of no. Oronde, why do you think they can make it?
Well, one, they've been winning games without a 100-yard rusher. They've only gotten 200-yard rushing games twice, and I think
Who did they play?
another two close to 100 yards. I mean,
But who did they play?
Let me look.
Rushing defenses that
Besides name me at least 3 good teams that they played.
They
Besides the
beat
Bills
good
and the
defense,
Cowboys.
good
Yeah,
defenses,
defensive wise.
Miami.
early season Bears, and early season Miami as well. Because
but they were without Tua. Elijah, that's not a bad
and when
point.
they lost to the Eagles, nobody rushed over 20 yards because Cousins was the highest rusher with 20.
So, yeah.
And that's crazy.
That is insane. And I think Cook was hurt at that point, though. I don't think he played. Regardless of that fact.
Regardless, this doesn't justify that Cousins have more yards.
We got to remember, this is the NFL. We cannot just look at this objectively. A win is a win, regardless if you're playing Leicester, the Texans, or the Raiders. They win games. They may not, blow out opponents, but they win games. They put enough points where they don't have to score in the second half, unlike the Bills, who can't score in the second half for some reason.
They had 3 points yesterday, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, they played bad second half.
Now, another thing. Unlike, who am I thinking of? I can't remember what team it was. No, unlike the Broncos, if the Broncos held opponents to 18 points or less, they win every game this season. But their offense cannot put up 18 points. But you know who can put up points? The Vikings offense.
Very valid
Even
point.
though defense wins championships, you cannot win a game unless you score points, which the Vikings can do, which Kirk Cousins can do and does pretty well, apparently. He's always been able to score touchdowns. It's just a matter of the whole team and coaching as a whole rally around him, which they obviously have the camaraderie and the teamwork to do so.
So, hitting the question from the front.
What's your point, Davion? No, why you say yes?
I would say yes, because watching this Vikings team, something they've been missing, something Kirk Cousins and that offense has been missing, is a stable defense that can keep them in the game. And now we are seeing a defense play really good defense, which is the Vikings, and we're seeing Kirk Cousins and that offense click on all cylinders. Even though Dalvin Cook isn't 100% and like contributing to the offense, we saw yesterday that they ran down the field on that Bills defense late in the fourth quarter and into overtime. So me personally, I think this Bills team, this Vikings team is a good, like, what's the word? Support system, support cast for Kirk Cousins. He is flinging that thing when it comes to offense. Him and Justin Jefferson are playing some of the best football I have seen all season long. And so that's why I think Kirk Cousins could lead this team. But that doesn't mean that they're my pick to make it to the Super Bowl. But I'm just saying, like, is it a possibility that he could make it and that team could make it? Yes.
Listen, being a Packers fan and being in the NFC North division and watching the Vikings play, and granted, I feel like y'all just now paying attention to the Vikings.
Who
I would say that
I've been watching the whole time.
No, wait, let me finish.
A couple years in a row now.
Let me finish.
Okay.
The reason why I say y'all just now watching the Vikings is because, granted, a couple years ago, when people was watching the Vikings, and not too long ago, recently, y'all was just not you, Oronde, because you did defend me, but Davion, you was one that used to talk bad about Kirk Cousins.
That's false.
That's not false.
That is false.
That is
I
not
have
false.
never
You
out
have
my
talked bad
mouth.
about you
And
always.
that's
just
not
always
just to
consider Cousins.
just
That
to
is
give
not
some
even true.
backstory, I have been a Kirk Cousins supporter since you said you like that.
I have never.
Yes, because you
honest with
never,
you.
you
I'm
always
completely
never
honest with you.
gave
No,
Kirk Cousins his
Elijah,
props.
me and you,
You
me and
never
you
gave
both,
Kirk Cousins his props.
listen, me and you both know that if I'm wrong, I'm going to say I'm wrong.
Okay,
But-
and you know I will prove you wrong if I pull
whether
up
I like it
videos.
or not. But in this instance, I am not wrong. I have never
I will
slandered.
pull up clips
here
of you.
Pull up the clips.
Not-
You can find them.
I will
Find them.
No, I
Please
will.
find them.
And
But
this
here's the
time
thing.
I am. This time I'm going to
Here's
take
the
the
thing.
time.
I have
I'm
never.
going to look at every single video of you. I'm not saying you was trash him, but you wasn't saying he was like that. And I was the only one that was saying, no, Kirk Cousins do put up points. You did say that Kirk Cousins was not that quarterback.
Showed us he's like that yet, has he?
But you just, but how y'all talking, y'all saying he could carry the Vikings to the Super Bowl.
Yes, as a team. They are sitting at 8 and they're sitting at 8-1.
This is a team sport.
In the NFL.
Y'all are fooled by the Vikings.
You want to know what? You want to know
why
it's a team
Vikings
sport?
Show that they this team and
since
they
we're-
not. I know they not. They are inconsistent. They are not like that.
Since we're talking about an NFC North team, you want to know how you know it's a team sport and just not a quarterback problem? Because there is this man, a former Buckeye player by the name of Justin Fields, playing out of his mind and not having a team that can win with him. Their defense has fallen off a cliff from being top 5 to shutting down everybody they've played in the early rounds of the season.
Vikings. We're not talking about the
I know, but I'm pushing a point here. The point is, you may not believe in Kirk Cousins, but the team is good. The team is winning. The team is 8-1. The team is 3rd in my rankings. And I'm going to stand by that statement that they have a chance to win a Super Bowl this season. And one of the better chances to win a Super Bowl this season.
I'll let y'all get brainwashed by the Vikings.
It's not brainwashing.
No.
You sound like Lil Wayne right now. Who was like, we should have traded Rodgers. And then I don't know what I was saying.
He goes, uh-oh.
I don't know what I was. We should trade. Who said that? I definitely did.
Lil Wayne. I'm not comparing you to Lil Wayne right now.
I'm not Lil Wayne.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
I'm not Lil Wayne though.
You're pushing this anti-Kirk Cousins propaganda for what? Just
because
he beat your team?
Kirk Cousins, because I was the one that was saying that Kirk Cousins is a decent, pretty average quarterback. I'm just saying
a pretty average quarterback would be Matt Ryan right now, or Ryan Tannehill.
He's not a quarterback that could push a team to the Super Bowl and win it. He's just not.
He almost did it twice already
and failed.
Well, this is a better opportunity than the first two, and you're going to say that there's not a good chance for it.
And he failed.
You know who else failed?
Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Rodgers failed too. You thought I was going to say not Rodgers? Rodgers failed too. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying he's not going to push them far to the Super Bowl. That's just me.
Okay. Well, any final thoughts on that topic today? None.
I think I would bet on the Vikings going to the Super Bowl just in spite of Eli.
So you want to bet?
Uh-oh.
Please make that bet with me because
we'll save that for next week.
I've been winning bets lately.
Hey, you got that 50. You got that 50 off last week, huh?
Yeah, so we could please make
I'll get you on that one next week.
After they either lose or win in the Dallas?
Yes. I'll base my decision after the Dallas game.
Oh, so you got to see the Dallas game first?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank you for watching this brand new episode of the Post Game. Let us know how you feel. Can Kirk Cousins lead this team to the Super Bowl? But yeah, man, I've been your host, Davion. That's Elijah. That's Oronde. This has been Post Game. Peace.